What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. I'm just going to get right into it tonight, and I wanted to talk with you about when it's time to take a break and hit the reset button. So for me personally, I've been hitting it pretty hard. Last weekend especially, I had a really hard bike. It was probably like 2 hours and 45 minutes long, just shy of that. And then I had immediately right off and into a brick run. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, I missed my training session on Sunday because I was going to an all-day training. So I was up at like 7 on Sunday again, and went to the all-day training all day. Woke up Monday feeling a little weird, got my swim in. It didn't feel great, but I was like, I had a long weekend, whatever. By the time Tuesday, Wednesday rolled around, I was feeling sick and I was feeling super out of it. I actually ended up taking the day off of work because I felt that bad. My throat was hurting pretty bad. I just had body aches and all kinds of stuff. So I was kind of back and forth about it, and I messaged my coach and I said, listen, here's what's going on. I explained everything. I said, my plan for Saturday is I would like to take my road bike out and I would like to just go ride my bike. I don't want to schedule. I don't want an agenda. I don't want to worry about speed or cadence or power or what I'm holding going up hills or down hills or anything. I just want to go ride my bike. And this is probably like maybe the second or third time since I've started working with my coach that I have messaged him and we've mutually decided that this was the way to go. Let me tell you, since doing that bike ride this morning, I feel 1,000 times better. And there's really just no other way to explain it. I was on my bike this morning. I was with 2 of my friends. We had an amazing bike ride. We did not worry about any sort of cycling dynamics. We didn't care how fast we were going. We didn't care how long it took us to climb hills. We weren't chasing any king of the mountains. We just went out and we had fun. The weather was beautiful and it was absolutely amazing. So, how do you know when it's time to do that? For me personally, I need to listen to my body, for one. So Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, I really knew that my body was pushing back against me. It wasn't just like an, oh man, I don't feel like doing this. It was a, you're not doing this. My body just pretty much told me through, body aches, maybe a little bit of a fever, etc. That was it. Training was done. So I took those 2 days off and then had a swim that I did Thursday and then this great ride that I did this morning. So listening to your body is huge, and your body's probably going to give you some signs, and it may be hard to try and figure out those signs at first. Before I had a coach, I used to take a day off just because I was feeling tired. I've since learned that with this training, there are going to be days where you're going to feel tired, but you at times need to push through those days. So I can't give you a specific time that right here, okay, maybe it's time for me to take a day off. It's one of those things where you may have to push a little bit too far to figure out that, I should have listened at that point right there. But if you're having anything like a lack of sleep, you're just not feeling right, body aches, you're coming down with a sickness, it may be time to just take a day off. And then from there, instead of picking back up right where you left off, because this isn't a missed workout, this is, I need some rest, hitting the reset button. Going for a swim, going for a run, going for a bike, and doing it without the Garmin, without any agenda, without any sort of structured workout, and just going and doing it. Now, it's funny because I talked about this with the guy Jeff that I was riding with today, and we both agreed that had we done that ride by ourselves it would not have been nearly as effective. So if you can connect with someone, if you can connect with friends, if you can get with people who are also training and who can join you in that session to make it more fun, that's going to be huge for you. So those two things I think are big when it comes to taking that reset day, and just another way to kind of know when it's time. If you have a coach, talk with your coach. Communication with your coach is huge. I know that I have an open line of communication with my coach. If at any point in time I need him, I can send him a message and we can talk things out. So communication with your coach, if you have one, is huge. So those are my tips for when you're feeling kind of like out of it and maybe like you need to hit the reset button, or if you haven't hit the reset button and you're not quite sure when it's time to hit the reset button. So I thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, pressed record. Is it actually working? Huh? Are we recording?